Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Three Hammers. Another Saturday show. Well, I thought, you know what, we'll chuck it in because it's international break, and it breaks up something to talk about West Ham. Right, Paul. We've not spoke about the Fulham game, so you know it's a good place to start. I know it's been a while now, nearly a week. Frustrating game, wasn't it? Really frustrating game, but we got the win, and that's the most important thing. How did you see the game, mate?
Yeah, like you say, the result obviously is all that matters, really. At the end of the day, we'll look back and it's 3 points, which is brilliant. Very nearly threw it away, nearly didn't get it at all. And like you say, mate, frustrating. I don't think we looked very good. You know, we had spells where we were.
I think the first 5 minutes, where Cresswell had a shot.
Yeah, we came out. We came out really well. We came out flying, but then I don't know. It's just no. I don't want to start digging Moyes out after one game, but I feel like it was just too. Like you can't. Yes, he's found a system that works and he's found a set of players that works, but you can't just do exactly the same thing against every single team in the league. You can't.
Yeah. And it looked like a point where we tried to invite Fulham on, but then Fulham were actually quite good in possession. We was under pressure for long spells in that match. It was a good match for a neutral, actually. I thought it was a really good match. If you was a neutral fan, that was swinging all over the place, that match.
I don't blame him because I wouldn't have, and I think we said before, like I wouldn't have changed the formation or anything myself. But it is, you know, it's something like I had mates texting me who support other teams who had seen the lineups and be like, "Are you playing 5 at the back against Fulham?" You know, there needs to be that he needs to. Moyes has got no plan B. He's got no plan B.
I agree.
He's got a plan A.
Credit to him, he did. He was obviously going to at one point. Rama and Lanzini on.
Yep.
About the 58th, I think it was. Obviously, Oggy went down. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Maybe that's where you would have seen something different. What would you have preferred him to have started more attacking? Then?
No, like I say, realistically, I wouldn't. I would have started the same. And you know, again, I think the problem is for the first 5-10 minutes when we looked good, Masuaku wasn't playing in defence. He was playing as a left winger. He was playing so high up the pitch, and that was fine. And we had good chances. But then after that first 10 minutes, when we didn't score, we just started getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And all of a sudden,
Souček was really poor. I thought Souček
yeah. And then all of a sudden, we are sitting in a back five. You know, there was no midfield, so we had no outlet really. All we could do was pump balls up to Allaire to do nothing.
What did you make of him?
He was better, but he still weren't. You know, again, it's getting the players in and around him. It's getting that service to him.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I don't think we did enough.
So the first half was pretty. Our goal came right at the end. But let's talk about Ben Rama first. He did come on and he looked good, didn't he? He did look good. He had that sort of double save, and obviously got the assist as well. What did you make of him?
Yeah, he did look good. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how he gets on. I still don't. He can't. I don't see how he fits in this system. I really don't. But it needs to change. Moyes needs to change it up. I think both Ben Rama and Lanzini, when they came on, looked good. You know, they were both
to do something.
Yeah, exactly. They were looking to get us up the pitch and like you say, mate, looking to do something and take defenders on. Obviously, Ben Rama had a couple of shots. Maybe he could have squared it. But then obviously, you know, he got the assist and fair play. He did really, really well for that. You know, he did really well, took it down, waited, took his time, laid it across for a tap-in. But no, it was good. He had a good game when he came on.
He was busy, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I don't know how Moyes plays him from the start. Not in this system.
Yeah, no, mate. I agree. It's one of them. He's one of them special players we've got, but where does he fit? Which is a shame. But yeah, Thomas Souček with a goal. Like I say, for me personally, he had a really poor game. His distribution on the ball is really poor. Again, that's not maybe his game. His game's more to break the play up. He doesn't keep the ball ticking over and stuff. One player that was fantastic before we go on to the rest of the game, Aaron Cresswell, mate. I've got to say, no, we've slated him for years on this bloody channel, haven't we? You know, he bottles the tackle. He don't offer nothing. I don't know, mate. In that left centre back role, he seems to have found his position there, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And he did play there before under Moyes, didn't he?
He
But
was
I
good
don't
there.
think he was good. I think he's better this time around. I don't know whether that's because I can't remember who was next to him last time. Who was?
Would have been Ginge, wouldn't it? Probably.
No,
Ginge.
I don't know, but maybe it wasn't the same sort of. Maybe I don't know, but like I say, this time around, like you say,
Reed
mate,
maybe.
yeah, like you say, this time around, it really seems to suit him. And him and Masuaku on their left hand side are doing really, really well.
But he's
Obviously
always
now,
the free player, isn't he, Chris? Will always the free player for the cross, and it's good that he's actually, got the quality when he's in the free position.
yeah, and there's obviously been shouts now for him to get an England call up, which it'd be great to see. It would be great to see. And I have to say, on his current form, I don't think it'd be undeserved as well. I think it deserves.
You look at the England defence; it's not amazing, is it? You've got who's the star defender for England? I don't know.
Captain Fantastic, mate, Harry Maguire.
Oh, Big Harry, yeah, I think it potentially, and also he could play left back and centre back. So maybe Gareth Southgate might look at the versatile player. Not to start. I'm not saying he goes to Euros and starts, but he's there. As like the Milner sort of player who come in. He can cover positions. I'd love to see it. And they missed penalty, mate. Let's end with that. Wow. I think that's all you can say. Innit? Don't think there is, honestly, people. There was a video from Sky Sports during the week at the worst penalties ever. I don't think anything tops that. Really don't.
It's not just the penalty itself, it's the whole moment around it. Like Fulham fighting for their lives, they might struggle to stay up this year. And then in the last minute of the game, last kick of the game, you've got a chance to save a point for your team and you step up and do that. I mean, oh no. I mean, all the pundits, everyone said it, like Gary Lineker was saying on Match of the Day, you can miss penalties. You can't miss them like that. That's crazy. Oh. I don't know what the kid was thinking.
But you said it, mate, didn't you? You said it. Fabianski had a chance to dive,
get down for a bit.
What that will do for that man's confidence, who knows? But
I have to say, to be fair, like the kid actually, he looked good all game. He did look really good.
Oh no, mate, he'd be good for us.
He looked really good, but obviously, yeah. I mean, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what the players are like nowadays, but you would have thought he would have got a bit of a kick in the dressing room afterwards.
And Parker, mate, as well. Probably Parker give him a gold eye in as well. But we get the win, mate, and a good win. That's to win when you're playing bad. That's what we want. Consistency. We've had a really good run of form. I'm really happy at the moment. I don't know where you sit at the minute. See, you say about question marks about Moyes, but in terms of results, let's say results.
Of where we are right now, mate, compared to where I expected us to be, obviously you've got to be happy with that. You've got to be happy with it. It's a dangerous season though, because it's so bunched up. You're only 1 or 2 wins away from all of a sudden you're thinking, oh, we could push for Europe. But then on the same side, you're only 1 or 2 losses away from your fight in the bottom 3.
That's it, mate. And a couple of injuries away from madness. Antonio looks like he may be back for Sheffield United, but Ogbono injury, I've not read a bunch. I don't know what's happening there. That'd be a huge injury, though. Huge injury for us. That could be one of our best players for the last year and a half. Diop coming, he looked all right there, didn't he? He fielded all right. So
I think no, didn't make any mistakes. Sort of did his job after not playing for quite a while. So yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, I agree, Neil. Imagine how it will feel if they need 1 point. So we do play Sheffield United next. We probably won't do a podcast in a week again because we've done it today. So we'll see how it plays out. Sheffield United, mate, can't buy a win. West Ham's coming into town. Now that's West Ham of old. Are we that same West Ham?
That is what remains to be seen, doesn't it, mate? Like I say, we did so well against the last year's top 6 and all the rest of it. The opening run of games, we did so well. Now we need to translate that into the teams in and around us, and And I don't know. Like I say, going by that Fulham performance, I don't know if we can. This is another chance for him to see it. I really like. I obviously, for reasons, can't stand Sheffield United.
Yeah, history obviously speaks for itself.
But I don't know, mate. I don't know. That's the big
You've got
test.
to give it to them. They don't look anything like what they were last year. To be fair, they've lost some big players. Obviously, in Henderson, goalie, massive for them last year. I don't think they've kept a clean sheet all year this season so far. I mean, I don't know, mate. I don't think we should be fearing them. If Moyes is looking at this, going, right, we want to progress as a club. This is a game you can't fear him.
No, 100%, mate. Yeah, like you say, we shouldn't be fearing them at all, But these are the testing games now. This is the test for me for Moyes. We need to do something in these games. We need to win the games where we're kind of expected to win. So yeah, we'll see. I'm not. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say they haven't got much up front either. They bought that young bloke for quite a lot of money. I can't remember what his name is now. Bought him for a lot of money. He hasn't scored yet, I don't think. Looking there, Sander Burge, Billy Sharp, McGoldrick. There's no one that scares me in that team, and that's no disrespect to them. But I don't know. Looking at last year, they beat us 1-0, obviously, and that was a goal from Ollie McBurney. But we had like Zabaleta playing in that game. I'm just looking at their form is awful. Really, really is. Lost, draw, lost. -10 goal difference. I don't even know. Is there anyone you like there, mate? I can't say I know the team that well, to be honest with you.
No, I can't either, mate.
I can't say I know the team that well. I like the manager. The manager is quite a good manager, and Chris Wilder.
No, like you say, mate, they're definitely not a team to be feared. They really ain't. Is it Brewster, Ryan Brewster?
Yeah, Ryan Brewster, yeah.
Liverpool, wasn't he?
That's the one they bought. Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Did they buy him, or I thought he was on loan? Oh no, they bought him with there's a buyback, isn't there?
Oh yeah.
But no, like you say, mate, they're not a team to be feared, and they are 100%, a team that we should be looking to beat.
Just looking at the last games here, 4-1, 2-1, 1-0, 2-1, 2-1. Be fair, they only lost Liverpool 2-1. They only lost to Man City 1-0, Arsenal 1-0. A lot of their games are 1-0s, 1-0s, 1-0. So I think maybe they've been a bit unlucky. Who knows? So what about us going into this game? Like you say, mate, we need to win this game. It sounds like Antonio's back. Would you start him? Or would you give him one more week for the Villa game and really go for that Villa game, which is going to be a tough game?
I think if he's fit, I'd start him. But I think now we need to see a change of shape. We need to get... I would love to see Haller and Antonio on the pitch at the same time. I'm starting to get the impression I don't think Haller is going to be at the club much longer.
We'll go into that because there's a couple of transfer rumours we'll talk about.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me to see him gone in January. So I think if Antonio, if Moyes keeps the same system, if Antonio comes straight back in and Haller's back on the bench, I think that's Haller done at West Ham. But I'd love to see them play together. I want to see I don't know, but maybe a 3-5-2, or I don't know. I'd love to see Antonio and Haller play up front together. And then, against these kind of clubs, let's try and work in your Ben Ramos. Let's try and get him a start. Let's try and get the more creative players involved from the start and go at it, rather than, like I say, you can't just play the same setup against every team in the league. It won't work.
No, I agree, mate. I agree. What are you expecting in terms of result then, mate? Because there's not, again, I don't know the team that well, Sheffield United. I can't say, they had a fantastic season last year. They were being fresh air last year, but I don't know. I think we should be looking to win this one quite comfortably, to be honest with you. If we're progressing as a club, we should be looking to be winning this about twos and threes.
I don't know, mate. You say that, but then, like you say, you look at their recent results, and they're only losing by a goal to Liverpool, City, Arsenal. So I don't know. I guess you'd have to be if we have a good performance, a 1-0 or 2-1. I'd expect something. I'm going to say 2-1. I'll say 2-1.
Yeah. I'll say 2-0. 2-0. Okay, right. So moving on, internationals this week. One, you talking about Haller, mate. Did you notice that he scored for Ivory Coast, mate?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what formation they was playing. I assume maybe Zaza. I
He
think
came off the
Zaha plays
bench.
for them, did he?
Zaha wasn't playing. Javino was playing,
Oh, there you go.
but he was on the bench. He actually came off. I think I don't know the guy's name. The striker who went off injured in about the 30th minute.
Something like that. Sado Dumbia, maybe.
Dumbia, is he still playing?
I don't know.
He must be about 50 by now.
I'm guessing them legendary like Ivory Coast players back in the day. Because that team used to be a joke back in the day, that Ivory Coast
Yeah.
team.
So, no, he came off the bench and scored. And we know that he's got ability. We know he has. We know that he's got ability. We know he can score goals. I think at the minute, especially at West Ham, his confidence is on the floor. And if we want to stick with him, we need to try and give him a run of games. Give him a run of games with Antonio. Try and get his confidence up. Let him get a goal or two. Then we might start seeing something from him. Whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know, mate. Different question altogether.
That's it, mate. Kent Hammer says 4-3-3 next versus Sheffield United is a must for next week. For me, Fornals in the middle, 3 Ben Rama. In the middle, 3 Bump Rama in front of Arthur. Drops out. Sheffield United missing crowd more than the most home crowd in Mets.
I don't think I'd drop Masuaku. I think he's been one of our best players, if not our best player this season. I wouldn't drop Arthur. But again, that is so difficult.
It's so hard, yeah.
If you change formation,
yeah.
You can't. Masuaku's not a left back. He's not. So if you're going to play him, you've got to play him left wing. But then that means there's no space for Ben Rama to come in. It's so weird. And I know I don't want to go into the whole, every week I keep talking about this. I'm glad we bought Ben Rama. He looks like a really good player. But it's just more buying players that don't fit into any kind of fucking system or shape.
Yeah. No,
sorry about the language there. I don't know why.
Hey, rare on this channel. Yeah. Anyway, so that's that out of the way. So there is a couple of transfer news, mate. And like I say, it's not going to be the longest show in the world because there ain't loads and loads to talk about. Moussa Dembele, mate. I read that. I just went, yeah, I bet. Incredible goal scoring record wherever he's been. I think he's just plateaued a little bit where he is at the minute. What a signing he would be! I'd love to see it, and I think that would, it would be something different.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, mate. I would have loved us to sign him when he was at Celtic. Obviously, tore it up in Scotland. Went to France. He had a really, really good season last season. He's pretty much scoring like 1 in 2. Maybe a bit better than that, actually, last season. He hasn't really done much this season. I think he's played 10 games and hasn't scored.
Yeah.
This season. So, like you say, his form's dropped off a little bit. I don't know, mate. I think he's an obtainable player. You're talking, what, £30 million they're asking for him, which is a big jump over.
Have we got 30 million, though? That's the thing. Have we got 30 million?
See, this is the thing. If we do manage to move on Haller, then I could see it coming. I could see him coming in. But we're not going to have Haller, Dembele, and Antonio at the same time. Like it's not going to happen. So I think it depends on what happens with Haller. To be honest, I think he'd be a much better player for us than Haller. I think he'd fit the system a lot better.
More mobile, a little bit of pace.
Mobile, pacey.
Yeah,
I'd love to see it, mate. I've been wanting to sign him for a couple of years, so I'd love to see it. See it happen.
Mate, I'd be very excited if that was to happen. Obviously, Josh King is still continuously linked. I would expect us to go back in on the West Ham insiders. I've said that we will go in. It'll be a very discounted price. I'll be very happy again if that comes off as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Apparently, James Tarkowski has now softened his stance and is a bit like, oh, actually, West Ham's not as bad as I thought. Coincidence, that, isn't it? Where they're not doing too great. I don't think we'll go in for him though. I don't particularly. I think we could go without a centre back until the summer.
Again, you're talking. Right. You start looking at the money. Let's say we got Josh King for $5 million because he's out of contract at the end of the season. Let's say we did go in for Dembele for 30 million, and then are we going to spend another 30 million on a defender? I don't think so. It's like £65 million in January.
I'll tell you someone I was really impressed with, though, mate. And back to the Fulham game, I would definitely be sniffing around their goalkeeper if they went down. I thought he was fantastic, their goalkeeper. I thought
Areola.
Yeah, Areola. Yeah,
he was at Real Madrid, wasn't he? Was he at Real Madrid?
Or PSG, maybe. Yeah.
He's been at big club. You've got to be careful when you're googling that. He was at Real Madrid, yeah. So it was PSG. He was on loan to Real Madrid last year, but PSG. He played for Villarreal, Lens, now at Fulham.
I thought he was
27 years old. Yeah,
I thought he was really, really good. Like, you've got to be looking at Fabianski replacement. I think in the summer, maybe Fabianski will still potentially be number one. I think you've got to be looking beyond on that now. And I was really, really impressed with him. I've got to say, I thought he was commanding. He got the ball time. His distribution was good. So yeah, it's definitely someone to sniff at, I think.
I agree, absolutely, mate. I agree. I think he looked good, and it's a good chat, actually. Yeah, because like you say, we need to start thinking about a replacement for Fabianski. I'd say as soon as really the end of this season, we're going to need a replacement. So yeah, no, it's a good chat, mate.
Yeah, and obviously the constant rumours keep coming back, mate, about Declan. And the insider apparently says he will be going nowhere in January. Again, I think it all, depends on if Eugenio goes, or I think the Marcus Alonso is another one that they're looking to get out the door. But it all depends on that. I think if they get an influx of cash, like 50, 60 million in, potentially, you might have to brace yourself.
Possibly, although I don't think he'll go in January. I could still see him going at some point, possibly in the summer. I don't think he'll go anywhere in January. I really don't.
I hope not. Went from Kent there. Wesley Fofana has settled very, very well for Leicester. Missed one there, and I prefer Raya from Brentford. Yeah, that Fofana, we should have gone all out for him. I don't know whether you've seen him play much, mate, but he's getting absolutely rave reviews, from all the pundits about how good a player he is and how special a player he could potentially go on to be. But that's typical West Ham, though, isn't it? To miss out on him. Probably over about 500 grand or something as well. Something ridiculous. Just going back on Google here to have a look. The Moussa Dembele stuff. What do you make of that, mate? Obviously, as predicted, they've scrapped the pay-per-view and games will be back on BBC. Rightly so. No?
Rightly so, yeah, for now. It is for now, mate. It will come back. There's no doubt about it. It will come back. They've said it's still on the table, but obviously after the uproar over the price, they've said no, we'll scrap it. And all the games now, like you say, are going back to being on Sky, BT, Amazon, BBC, which is good in a way, I suppose. I don't really. It's good and bad. I like that you can watch more football over the weekend, but now they're doing that. Every game is on at a different time.
Oh yeah, I know. 8 o'clock on a Saturday.
I know, Saturday night, 8 o'clock kickoff. So don't like that at all. Really don't. And you're getting weird time games, and there's 5 games a day, 4 or 5 games a day, one after the other. It's great if there's some good games on.
Last 3 o'clock game. I don't remember the last time West Ham had a 3 o'clock game.
No, it's nice if you want to sit down and watch football weekend if there's a couple of good games on. But at the same time, you get them weird kickoff times, and not a fan of that, to be honest. But like I say, it's a matter of time until the pay-per-view comes back, and it 100% will, mate. 100% will. They'll figure out a way to do it, I'm sure.
I'd like to see us on BBC. We never get a BBC match, do we? I'd just like to see us on normal telly. I would love to see it just one time, even though I can watch all the games. Just would like to see it. Not much else really, mate.
My dad always says, mate, anytime we've ever been on the BBC, usually in cup games, we always lose.
Yeah, they set us up. One nice bit of news. Obviously, nominated for Player of the Month was for Bonals. Win it, obviously, but nice to get recognised. And David Moyes as well for Manager of the Month. But someone who did win of the month was Manu, mate. A moment that will live on and a moment we'll replay forever and ever and ever. I think he might get another one. It will take something really, really special to beat that by the end of the season. It really, really will take something very, very special. definitely be in the list anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely going to be in the list for goal of the season. Definitely. Like you say, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But and again, it weren't just the strike; it was the whole moment of it. And yeah, fantastic. So pleased for him. So pleased for him. And I really hope he gets more minutes. Still the same problem as Ben Rama. Where does he play at the moment? I don't know. But I really, as everybody knows, Lanzini's my favourite player, and I want to see him playing and getting his sort of mojo back and scoring goals. But we'll see.
Kent says pay-per-view in years to come will be the only way. I think at some point, I think you'll be able to buy a club season. I think so, mate. I think they're using this opportunity to push ideas forward that maybe were planned for a few years' time. It's been pushed forward now, brought to the forefront a little bit more. Neil says in Australia we pay $14.99, £8.15 for Optimus, and you get every game, which is ridiculous.
See for that, obviously £8 a month, even $14.99 at £14.99, £15 a month.
I think that's the problem, mate. It's greed. It's just pure greed.
£15 a month. If I could pay £15 a month and watch every Premier League game, and like you say, play back the games anytime you want, I'd pay that.
Oh, of course you would.
I'd pay that, no problem.
For a reliable, as long as the stream's really good, it's not going to go down like a good Netflix sort of style stream. Yeah, why not? Oh, another player I've just seen there, mate, just on the Google that I forgot about. All of a sudden now, the 57-year-old Olivier Giroud decided that maybe that he wants to come now.
No, it's pointless. Absolutely pointless.
It is absolutely pointless.
Same. Like we'd be, it's Haller's the same sort of player, but Haller's better than Giroud. So what's the point? Completely pointless.
Yeah, no. I really hope that it's got no legs in that one, because it's just a ridiculous signing. I'd rather have 36-year-old Jermaine Defoe come back, to be honest with you. I would. But, yeah, not much else there, to be honest with you, mate, in terms of that. Other West Ham stuff. So looking ahead to the month, mate, obviously after the Sheffield United, just to have a little sort of mini preview of the month and a few games are coming up. I'm just going to get the fixtures up. I know after that we've got Villa. That's a tough game, no? That is a really, really tough game. They look fantastic.
Of course, yeah. Brilliant start to the season for them. They've started really, really well. So yeah, tough game, mate. Tough game. And I really, there's going to be very, very few games this year that aren't tough games. It's such a competitive league this year. It's great to see.
Villa as well. Oakley, Grealish, and Ollie Watkins just look really, really frightening. Barkley, again, another player we should have been all over him. Such a good player. Such a good player. Ollie Watkins as well would have been perfect for us as well. Just looking at a forward. Yes, so Sheffield United, Villa. Never played Man United. Don't fear them. I really don't. Got Bruno Fernandes that is going to get his weekly penalty, which he gets every bloody week for some reason, so he can win Player of the Month. But apart from like Rashford and people like that, I don't know. I think they'll play into our style. I think they'll try and come at us, and then their defence is wobbly. De Gea is not the same guy that was there a few years ago. Do you know what I mean? So I think you've got to be looking to go and win up there. Oh, it's not up there actually. It's at London Stadium. So you've got to be going to win, I think.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. I don't, like you say, don't fear them at all. They're not the same team anymore. They don't have that aura that they used to have. Like you say, their defence is shaky. I think Solskjaer is a disaster as a manager. As you say, I mean, they've got the players that on their day are capable of doing anything.
Yeah.
Fernandes, Pogba, Rashford, Martial. On their day, they could take you to pieces. But it's just not happening. It's not happening for them at the minute under Solskjaer. And no, I don't fear them at all, mate. I really don't. I'd be disappointed if we go there and don't get something. Or if they come down and we don't get something, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, I'm just going to build up. I'm going to go up to like the Boxing Day fixture, just out of interest. So after that, Leeds, that one is I do fear a little bit. They're a good little side there, Leeds. That Patrick Bamford's a fantastic finisher. He's another one I'd love us to have a look at. What about you, mate, for Leeds?
Dodgy game, tough game. That's a game where it's a real shame that the fans won't be there.
Always good atmosphere, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always a good atmosphere. So it's a real shame there'll be no fans.
Good manager as well, Bielsa. With linked with us
Very good
at one
manager.
point.
Yes, again, like it's a tough game, mate. That's one where I don't know. You could say that if we're going to try and play counter-attacking all season, then again they might play into our hands for that.
Yeah, because they just go gun ho, don't they? They proper go for it.
But if they do, if they are able to break us down, then it could be carnage. So I don't know. It'd be a good game actually. I'm looking forward to that one. It'd be a good game to watch.
I think that's going to be a great game. After that, we play Palace again. Palace having a really good season. Your money on say to score against us. that is a banker, I think. Game we should be looking to win, mate. What about you, Palace?
I think it's another one. They're very similar to us, mate. Very similar
can
to
beat
us.
People on their day, but can go a bit wobbly.
Yeah. And again, it's one of them where they've got players that can really hurt you. I don't know.
Zaha's fantastic. But...
Yeah, Zaha's obviously brilliant. Eze obviously is, he's a great player. I really struggle, mate. I know, like, I said earlier, we need to be going into the teams in and around us after the start that we had, thinking, right, we need to be going for these. These are the teams that we should be beating. But even then, I don't think there's any teams, apart from like Slav, West Brom.
Yeah.
Looked shocking. But
when we played him, actually, we got. I can't see that. It must be in January we played him.
It's all tough games this year. Yeah. Tough games.
Yeah. 2 more fixtures. I'm only going to go up to Boxing Day, like I say. Then it's Chelsea on the 19th, and if there is a team that frightens me, that is a team that frightens me. I think Mendy signing in goal for them was perfect. Ziyech looks ridiculous. Werner's ridiculous. Havertz is a tidy little player. Thiago Silva is showing his class now. Showing why he is one of the best defenders of the last 10 years. Don't expect anything from that game. I really don't. I know. It's one. I know.
Because it's Chelsea and because it's Frank. I feel like it's one of them where, you could just catch them. You could just turn them. Like, I feel like you could do them. But, I mean, there's no doubt about it. The team that they've built is a fantastic team. They've got some serious players. Yeah, they've got some serious players. And now they've started to gel. Yeah, it's a frightening team. But Chelsea, Fat Frank, I don't know. Again, I'd be going there.
Rice getting them hyped up,
Yeah, I'd want to be. It's a game where you've got to be going in thinking we need to get set from this. Not that I would expect it. I don't expect us to go and beat Chelsea, but we need to go in with that mentality of we're going to get something here. We're going to take something.
I agree, mate. I agree. And the last one I'm going to talk about is Brighton on Boxing Day. In Brighton, that's one of them games, like you said, mate, like the West Bromwich game, the sort of Fulham, the Sheffield United. That's a game we've got to be going to win. It'd be not. We've actually got a home game on Boxing Day. No fans will be in there.
No fans.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why.
That is why, mate. The government must have known. They must have said to the FA, it don't matter. There ain't going to be no fans in there yet. When do you think they will come back? When do you think that will happen?
Who knows, mate? Next year, probably.
Was extended for 1 more week over where you are.
Yeah, it's not the same as in England, though. It's not a full lockdown. It's really, it's just bars and pubs, to be honest, mate, and all the sort of close contacts. So I haven't had an haircut for about 3 months.
I managed to get one in the Saturday before our lockdown because I said to my hairdresser, I went, I just got a feeling. I've got this feeling, like Lee Evans, I've got this feeling, love, it's up here.
Like, literally, mate, the day I tried, when they were talking about, we're going to go in for another lockdown, I tried to book to get in and get me a haircut. No chance. So it's ridiculous, my hair at the minute, but we'll get that sorted. Hopefully I'll get it sorted next week, so we'll see.
Yeah. Madness, absolute madness. That's enough West Ham. No, we haven't done the bloody our team for a long time, mate, and we was on centre midfielders, weren't we? No,
I can't remember now.
No, we wasn't. Wait, we went Schmeichel, Rio, Van Dijk, Trent, Cole, Vieira and Keane, was it? Or De Bruyne and Keane, Bruyne and Vieira.
I can't remember.
I think it
Who
was.
remembers in the comments? We should have watched the video.
We definitely did centre midfilders. I remember
we did, yeah. No, we did.
We said Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard. So we'll do the right and left wing today because we've got enough time and there's not a lot of West Ham stuff. Let's start with the right side, mate. Right wingers. So we're talking, if you're talking big names of what we've seen Premier League, you're talking David Beckham, maybe, yeah?
Yeah, definitely Bex is in there with a shout. I was going to say there's only one. Like I just straight away went to left wing, and there is only one.
Giggs or Ronaldo, yeah.
That was the thing, mate. So I was like, there's only one. It can only be Ronaldo. But then I was like, oh, Giggs. But let's just say Ronaldo's over there, right? Ronaldo's already there.
In a minute. Yeah, we'll talk about that. What you say left, mate? And again, he's not. Let's go back to the left, actually. Let's go left because right's a bit harder. So, yeah, you're saying Ronaldo. Left wing for West Ham, mate. Meet you play it, though. Yeah. He's in that conversation. He's not Ronaldo.
No.
Any stretch of imagination.
No. I mean, that's, yeah. For West Ham, there's no doubt about it. Payet's there. He's definitely one of the best left midfielders the Premier League's seen, probably in general. But he's not on Ronaldo's level. So, but then nobody is.
So you're saying, so for Premier League impact, because Kent said there, so are you saying he's out because of Ronaldo?
Say that again.
So are you saying, I know we're saying Ronaldo arguably for his career, and yes, he had a great premiership.
No, there's no. If you're saying Giggs or Ronaldo, it's Ronaldo.
Yeah.
There's no. I'm sorry. There's no.
No, I'm just putting the argument there. I'm putting the argument out because Giggs was fantastic.
Giggs was, and he's probably the only player that would be in the conversation for that left side in the Premier League. But no, I'm sorry. I know I'm being disagreed with in the comments there. But no,
there.
Like again, Giggs was good. Giggs was brilliant.
Amazing, mate. Not just good, amazing.
But like Ronaldo has everything in his locker.
He's my favourite. You know, I'm a Ronaldo man. I'm not a Messi.
I'm Messi. Like I'm Messi over Ronaldo all day long. Yeah. But for me, no. Like Ronaldo's got everything, and yeah, Giggs was quick, fantastic dribbler. He could finish, but Ronaldo can do everything. I don't know. I just don't. I don't see.
Oh, and that season, mate. No, that got him the move to Real Madrid. Ridiculous. You know, to score 40, 45 goals, whatever it was. The player ever even got close to that since?
No.
Over a season, incredible. Let's throw a few more right names, left sides out there though. Just Ronaldo's in. I just want to bring up some other names. Like if we're talking current left hand sides, Mane. Mane for me, mate. I think Mane's a fantastic player. So ruthless, so angry, so aggressive. Ridiculous finisher as well. Who else?
I'll tell you what, you'd have to put Son,
great shout, mate. Great shout.
He would have to be in with a shout if we're talking current. But yeah, Sterling, Mane, Son. I'm just trying to think back a little bit more though. Joe Cole obviously played on the left-hand side for Chelsea. Robin's left, didn't he? No, he's right.
Oh yeah, he used to cut in on his left, didn't he? What player?
Not really in the Premier League.
Yeah.
But
career-wise,
obviously, incredible. Incredible player.
Rashford plays left, doesn't he? Rashford plays on the left-hand side for Man United.
He does,
like
but
cutting in left. Yeah,
he does. But for me, Rashford's a striker. He's not. Yeah. He's not really a winger. So I don't know if I'd have him in there.
I need to have a look actually because I don't want to miss like some worldy names.
Lewis Barmore.
Left midfield.
Freddie Ljungberg.
Oh yeah, well for his time at Arsenal, I think you've got to be looking in there. Sterling, they've got on here. Son, Willian. Who else we got? Zaha, if you're talking current players. Left hand side. Snodgrass.
Snodders. Matt Jarvis.
Well, Matt Jarvis, the most complete crosses in the Prem. I'm just having a look here. Yeah, not amazing, to be honest, the left-hand side list.
Oh,
Like I
there's a
say,
shout from Kent there. David Ginola.
oh, what a player. What a player. What a player. So right-hand side, so we started with X, didn't we? Salah.
Right. Yeah, Salah. You can't deny the quality there.
Just winds me up, he does.
Just wouldn't want to put him in my team. Trevor Sinclair. Paolo Di Canio, mate, played on the right.
Yeah, for a little bit, yeah. Yeah, Sinclair for us, probably our best right-sided midfielder for our generation, guys. Remember, I know you guys have seen Devonshire, Brooklyn, etc. I'm trying to think, right-hand side midfielders, man.
It's definitely more difficult.
Steve McManaman.
I'm going to have a look.
Left running.
Let's see.
Yeah, have a look. Best right midfielders.
Let's see. Top 5 right wingers of the Premier League era. Let's see what they've got. Well, Bex is obviously.
Yeah.
This is where they've got Robben, although I don't think you could put him in for Premier League. Sterling obviously played on both sides. Bex, Salah. It's a different. Like there's not really. When you're looking at the right side, there's not as many that sort of spring to mind.
Sterling playing right a minute, or does he play left? I can't remember.
What about the comments? What have we got in the comments?
Ronaldo. It's not really updated again for a while. So left side, you're saying Ronaldo then? Yeah.
For me, yeah. For me, Mahrez they've got on the right.
Oh, good player. He won the Premier League twice as well. So he's in that conversation. Kent says Ronaldo right, Giggs left. That's a good shot. Put Ronaldo on the right and then Giggs on the left.
I mean, I suppose you could do. I feel like that's kind of cheating.
Yeah, because Ronaldo obviously developed into more of a left, didn't he? A left that cuts in and started as a right. Yeah.
There's
what about
really...
world then, mate? What about world? If we're talking ever.
Well, Lionel
left
Messi.
And right. Yeah. Yeah. So Messi and Ronaldo again. Who has been some of yours over the years, like then?
There's a
Ronaldo
decent
and Messi
shout.
speak for themselves.
For sort of right-sided Juan Mata. I'll tell you who never gets spoken about, mate, for the right-hand side, Mauro Camoranesi.
Mate, that was actually on my lips, Camoranesi. Just famous for that when he did that at Highbury when he got sent off. When they got 3 players got sent off.
Camoranesi.
Very good.
Frank Ribery.
Oh yeah. Frank.
Ribery.
I'm trying to think. Listen, my brain has gone blank today. Ronaldinho, what was he? Was he more of a cam though?
Yeah, he kind of played in the middle, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough actually.
Let's see, all time.
Neymar. I don't really like him though. I'll be honest with you, I don't really like him.
I mean, he's an incredible player. Going to PSG ruined him. Going to PSG has ruined Neymar because there's no doubt about it. He's a phenomenal player. But the quality of players he's playing against, like playing in that league, he can do whatever he wants. He can just walk around and do whatever he wants. And then I think that hurts PSG because then when it comes to the big games, they're not like the players are not used to playing against that quality of player. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Neymar needs to leave PSG. I think he needs to leave. But he's a brilliant player. He's a brilliant player.
Have you guys have you guys seen all the new Algerian West Ham fans? Now we have Mama. Some fans are getting annoyed as they only seem to follow him. Hey, it's a new fan base. It's like Mexico. When Chicharito was there, one of the most viewed videos we've ever done.
It is the most viewed, mate.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. When Chicharito scored 2 goals, I think it was against Watford or Southampton. Got like 10,000, 12,000 views, which it doesn't sound a lot, but it's massive for our channel. We average like 800 to 1,000 views a video, so it was massive.
I think there's a lot, like in general now. I think a lot of younger fans are now becoming more fans of players than fans of teams. I do think that. So you've got just using those two as an example. There are thousands and thousands and thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of people that support. They don't really support Barcelona, but they love Lionel Messi.
They're watching.
There's fans that will follow Ronaldo, so they loved Real Madrid, and then now they're watching Juventus. I think that's a thing. I think younger players, especially, that's becoming more of a thing. When there's,
I suppose you could say that. If you're not a massive basketball fan, like I wouldn't say, I love it, but I wouldn't say I'm a massive fan. Like you follow LeBron, follow Steph Curry, like all of a sudden, actually, I like the Lakers because LeBron plays for them. Like it's like that.
Yeah.
Making a comparison.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Knicks fan. Knicks fan because, and we're like just like West Ham actually. So I started. we went to New York a few years ago. Went and watched the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Fell in love with it. Like, right, that's it. I'm a Knicks fan now, and they've been absolutely shocking. One of the worst teams in the NBA since. So just like supporting West Ham. It's brilliant.
You picked the right club, mate. You picked the right club. Right, just one more thing, mate. I want to talk about because I didn't even know it was on. Right.
Is that Kell Brook?
Yeah.
Mate, I'm not joking. I saw that. I genuinely thought he retired.
Mate, I didn't know it was on. The bloke in work, my mate in work, Sam, he went, Kell Brook Crawford. I was like, Terence Crawford. And it's like, mate, he's getting banged.
Oh, of course he is. It's ridiculous. Mate, I saw it and I text Bowden, have to mention him once a week. And said I genuinely thought he retired. I really did. The reason why... So, I know Sky and BT both turned the fight down, so there's been no promotion. It's on Premier Sports.
I've not seen anything, mate. I've not seen any of it.
It's on Premier Sports.
I watched the little interview this morning because obviously it's like, I'll catch up with a build-up. Yeah, I can't see him doing that, mate. I can't.
He'll get.
You pick the two boxes in that division. Is Errol Spence, Crawford. They've not fought each other yet. You ain't beating him to kill. I'm sorry.
Brooks finished, mate. He's
a good fighter. Was a good fighter, should I say?
He's finished. Bad injuries, like with his eye sockets and that. Like he's finished, mate. I thought he was retired. He'll retire after this fight. But I was actually thinking, I do want to watch this though. I do want to watch it.
I will definitely watch it. Yeah.
What is it, like 5 o'clock in the morning?
I have to have a check.
I'll be setting an alarm.
Yeah, I need to wake up at 4:30 anyway.
If you need to text me then when it's on, because I don't want to do what I did with Khabib and think, I'm going to watch that, and then I turn it on, and it just finished.
When I get off here, I'll have a look. The only credit I will give Kell Brook, though, he's ducked no one. He's been in there with Golovkin, he's been in there with Errol Spence. A good fighter, but he gets to that super elite level. It's different gravy when you get to that level. It really, really is. He's been a world champion, though. Been a world champion, good boxer. I used to really enjoy him. It's a shame he didn't fight Khan in his prime. I would like to have seen him go toe to toe. It's not a fight that anyone's really interested in now. I think that's...
Do you know what though? Funny enough, it's a sort of fight that I could see happening now because obviously, Khan's career is pretty much over. So it actually is the sort of fight I could see happening now.
Yeah, maybe one last payday for him. Could chuck it in the undercard of bloody Fury Joshua.
I think the thing is
big card.
I think the only thing I think Khan doesn't need it. I think he's happy enough.
He cares about boxing that much.
No, I think he's happy enough out of it. Like you say, mate. I think he's done. He doesn't need it. But I'd still watch it. I tell you what, mate. It's not long now until Tyson.
Yeah, Mike Tyson. Next weekend, I think, isn't it? No, weekend after next. I think it's the 28th. Yeah, I can't wait. I just don't. I'm expecting 20-year-old Mike Tyson to come out and smash him in like 3 minutes. But yeah, I don't think that's what we're going to get.
I think
it might be a real slowy slugfest.
It's difficult to know. It's difficult. I would say because it's a charity exhibition fight, you would expect him to sort of go easy. You know what I mean? But I don't know if Tyson's got it in him to do that.
I think if Tyson gets hit on the nose or whatever, I think something goes in him.
Yeah, I don't think Tyson has got the brain to be able to not
switch it on.
Just just go. Do you know what I mean? So I don't
There's
know.
a
I can't
video.
wait to see it.
There's a video of him fighting some guy in a charity event. I can't remember what the guy's name is. Like you say, mate, goes easy, easy, easy. Then you can tell at one point he just like goes, like throws that overhook like that, proper dirty one like that. And then he's like, oh dear. They're like, I've done a bit too much. I think the geezer is just like, like an NFL style or something like that, like ex-NFL. Oh, mate. And you can tell the geezer, the NFL bloke's like, oh dear. That really hurt. The only thing I will say that might be misleading with the speed, which might play into the fans' hand, is because they're the same age, it will look less obvious. Like if he was fighting Anthony Joshua, it's a massacre. I mean, where he's fighting same age, there's a chance that it will look fast because they're both the same age, which will be good to see.
That's a good point. I can't wait for it, mate. I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, hopefully KSI gets in with him next and gets knocked out as well. Oh dear, just a joke, absolute joke. And then after that, you've got AJ fighting. Can't remember who he's fighting now. Then Tyson Fury again as well. And then we get pulled up hopefully to some massive fights next year. Anything else, mate? How's your Xbox doing, mate? Your day one release guy?
It's going well, mate. It's going well. Although I need to get away from FIFA. I need to stop playing FIFA. I need to stop playing. Like every time I put the Xbox on, brand new Xbox, got loads of games that I want to play, got the new Watch Dogs game, and I sit down, I'm like, I'm going to try out like Forza on the new Xbox because I updated it and see what it looks like. Okay. And then when I turn it on, then the dashboard comes up and Mbappe's there looking at me. I was just like,
it is. We'll say it forever, mate. It's the best and worst game ever made. It's ego. When you're winning, it's brilliant. When you're losing, it's a load of crap. This game's crap. This game's
worst game in the world.
Yes. I'm giving my PlayStation 4 to my brother-in-law when the PS5 comes, and today the pad is surviving. Like just a knife it, and then today I got banged. I think it was 5-2. I think I absolutely smashed the pad, and it's like I'm gonna have to buy him a new pad now. And they're still going for like 50 quid. Like PlayStation 4 pads. It's like I ain't paying 50 quid. I think we'll wrap it up there, mate. Thanks again, guys, for joining us. Not many today, but again, really unscheduled. We'll probably do another show at the weekend, actually. I quite like doing the weekend shows. Play on the Sunday. So, if we do a show on the Saturday, that'd be quite nice. And then go back to midweek when we can. Good then, guys. On your eyes, believing. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's go.
Cheers.